Welcome back to my channel. We're talking about the elusive 2001 one-penny Elizabeth coin that some claim has a value soaring to an eye-watering $23 million. But what's the real story? Can one humble coin really make you a millionaire overnight? Let's dive deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting and uncover the mystery of this potentially priceless penny. To truly understand the value behind this coin, we need to start with its origins. The 2001 one-penny coin is part of the larger coinage system that has featured the likeness of Queen Elizabeth II for over 70 years. Issued by the Royal Mint, this penny was minted for everyday use, like countless others in the United Kingdom. In fact, the 2001 penny is one of the billions of coins featuring Queen Elizabeth's portrait over the years. It's part of what's known as the decimal coinage, a system that began in 1971 when the UK switched to decimalization. From that point forward, British coins were standardized, and the penny was no exception. At first glance, this 2001 penny seems pretty ordinary. It weighs 3.56 grams, is made of copper-plated steel, and carries the familiar crown portcullis emblem. But there's more to the story than meets the eye, so, what could possibly elevate this seemingly mundane coin to the heights of a $23 million valuation? Well, when it comes to rare coins, several factors can make a coin extraordinarily valuable: minting errors, rare production runs, or unique variations. But could the 2001 penny really fit into any of these categories? In the world of numismatics, minting errors are highly sought after. However, the 2001 penny itself doesn't have any known or widely recognized minting flaws that would suggest a monumental increase in its value. That leads us to question, where did this $23 million figure come from? The legend of the 2001 one-penny coin being worth $23 million appears to have been born out of internet speculation and wild rumors circulating among collectors and online forums. It's not uncommon for coin values to be exaggerated by excited collectors or even hoaxes aimed at driving up interest. When someone catches wind of a rare coin that might be worth millions, the rumor can spread like wildfire. In some cases, the coin in question could indeed have a rare variation, but without concrete evidence, these values often turn out to be myths. After searching through auction records, no substantial sale or credible valuation justifies this enormous figure. So, while the idea of a $23 million penny is exciting, it's important to separate fact from fiction. Unfortunately, in this case, the $23 million value doesn't hold up to scrutiny. What is the real value of the 2001 one-penny coin? So, what is the actual value of a 2001 one-penny Elizabeth coin? Well, considering that millions were minted and no rare variants have surfaced, its face value remains 1 penny. That's right, this coin is still worth 1p in circulation. Collectors and hobbyists may buy these in bulk or add them to their collections for sentimental value, but as of today, it's not going to make you rich. In fact, even in mint condition, the 2001 penny sells for only a few dollars at best. This isn't uncommon for mass-produced modern coins, where rarity plays a key role in value. Unfortunately, the 2001 one penny is simply too common to fetch more than a small collector's premium. But don't be discouraged. While this specific coin may not hold the $23 million jackpot, there are plenty of rare coins out there that can indeed fetch a pretty penny. Collectors look for coins with minting errors, rare production runs, or unique historical significance. Keep an eye out for older coins, proof sets, and error coins that could be hiding in your change jar. For example, some of the rarest coins, like the 1933 Double Eagle, have sold for millions. But remember, it's the scarcity and condition that truly determine a coin's worth. If you're serious about coin collecting or just want to check the potential value of your coins, it's always a good idea to consult with a professional coin dealer or appraiser. So, while the 2001 one-penny Elizabeth coin won't be your golden ticket to $23 million, it's still a fun piece of history and a small part of the rich world of numismatics. Coin collecting is more than just about value, it's about appreciating the craftsmanship, the history, and the stories each coin holds. If you're new to coin collecting, or even if you've been in the game for a while, remember, sometimes the thrill isn't in the worth of the coin but in the joy of the hunt. So, keep searching, and who knows? Your next find might just be the one that changes your life. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future content. We've got plenty more fascinating stories from the world of coin collecting and history coming up. Until next time, happy hunting. Next, 1993 1 penny Elizabeth. Today, we've got an unbelievable story for you. We're diving into one of the most sought-after coins of the 20th century, the 1993 1 penny Elizabeth coin, a humble-looking coin with a face value of just 1 cent, but a jaw-dropping story that could make it worth up to $37 million. Yes, you heard that right, $37 million. So, what's the story behind this seemingly ordinary penny? Why are collectors willing to spend millions on it? And could you be holding on to a hidden treasure without even knowing it? Stay tuned as we unravel the fascinating history, unique characteristics, and mind-blowing value of this small but mighty coin. To understand why this coin is so valuable, we first need to go back in time to the year 1993. This was a period of relative stability in the UK under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who had already been on the throne for over 40 years by this point. The Royal Mint, responsible for producing all coins in circulation, minted millions of pennies each year. However, what makes the 1993 penny stand out isn't just its age or the Queen's portrait. It's the unique circumstances around its production and some very rare errors that make it one of the most collectible coins in the world. This penny, like all modern British coins, bears the image of Queen Elizabeth II. But the real kicker is the reverse side of the coin, the iconic portcullis design, a symbol associated with the British Parliament, along with the denomination 1 penny. On the surface, it looks like your everyday coin, or does it? Here's where things get interesting. During the minting process, some pennies from 1993 were struck with a very. These errors can range from misaligned designs to incorrect inscriptions, but the most famous one involves these mistakes were not meant to leave the Royal Mint, but a few did, and today, these error coins are the ones collectors are absolutely obsessed with. Error coins have always been highly coveted in the world of coin collecting, and this one is no exception. It's the scarcity that drives the price sky high. Out of the millions of pennies produced, only a tiny fraction came out with these errors, and only a handful are known to exist today. So, if you have one of these coins, you could be sitting on a literal gold mine. Now, let's talk money. Over the years, these error coins have been auctioned off for jaw-dropping prices. Some rare 1993 error pennies have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. But what makes this story even crazier is that there's been recent buzz in the collecting world that a flawless specimen of this coin, preserved in perfect mint condition, could potentially fetch up to $37 million at auction. That's right, $37 million for a 1 penny coin. The reasoning behind this astronomical figure lies in several factors: rarity, condition, and historical significance. In the world of numismatics, collectors are willing to pay a premium for perfection. And when it comes to error coins, even minor imperfections can boost the value exponentially. So, the million-dollar question is, could you be holding one of these rare pennies without even knowing it? If you have any old coins lying around, especially pennies from 1993, now's the time to check. You'll want to look closely for any unusual characteristics, such as misaligned designs, unusual engravings, or double strikes. Even if your coin isn't in perfect mint condition, it could still be worth a substantial amount. Coins with visible errors are rare and always in demand. And hey, it doesn't hurt to check, right? The 1993 Elizabeth II penny isn't just valuable because of an error. It's a small piece of history that represents an era under one of the longest reigning monarchs in British history. Queen Elizabeth II's image has been on coins since the 1950s, making these coins significant to collectors worldwide, regardless of value. But when you add in the allure of rarity and the possibility of owning one of the few error pennies, it takes things to a whole new level. So, what do you do if you think you have one of these rare 1993 pennies? First, you'll want to have it professionally appraised. Coin grading services can confirm whether your coin is authentic and assess its condition, which will ultimately determine its value. Then, depending on the rarity and demand, you can consider selling it at a specialized coin auction or through a reputable dealer. And remember, even if your coin isn't one of the super rare error coins, it could still be worth more than its face value, especially to a dedicated collector. That's it for today's treasure hunt, folks. So, what are you waiting for? Go check your change jars, dig through those old drawers, and see if you have a piece of history that could be worth millions. Be sure to subscribe for more exciting stories like this one, and if you found something rare, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting. Next 2006 1 penny today has gone through multiple changes, but the modern 1 penny coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II has been in circulation since decimalization in 1971. In 2006, the Royal Mint struck millions of these 1 penny coins, which at first glance may not seem all that different from the ones minted in previous years. But as with all collectible coins, the devil is in the details. Of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Rank Broadley. The Queen is depicted in profile, wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. The reverse of the coin, designed by Christopher Ironside, features the recognizable crowned portcullis, which has been used on UK pennies since the 1970s. It's a fairly common coin at first glance, but there's more than meets the eye. So why are some 2006 pennies being talked about in the same breath as millions of dollars? Well, it all comes down to errors and rarity. Coins are mass-produced in huge quantities, and sometimes, errors occur during the minting process. These errors could include misalignments, overstrikes, or using the wrong metal blanks. These mistakes make the coin extremely rare, and rare is what collectors are always on the hunt for. Some collectors claim that a few 2006 pennies were minted using the wrong metal blanks, possibly from previous coin batches. This would make the coin much lighter or heavier than a normal 1 penny coin. Additionally, some variations have slight errors in the Queen's portrait or in the lettering. And as we know, with coin collecting, rarity and uniqueness drive up the price. There have been rumors and stories floating around in the coin collecting community about certain 2006 Elizabeth II pennies being auctioned off for even claims of values as high as $36 million. While no such auction sale has been officially confirmed, it highlights the legend surrounding rare coin finds. It's what every collector dreams of, finding a coin that's worth far more than its face value. Now, before you start digging through your change jar, let's get a better understanding of how coin values are determined. To assess if your 2006 penny is worth big bucks, you'll need to examine a few key factors. First and foremost, the condition of the coin is vital. Coins in mint condition, that is, coins that look brand new and haven't been circulated much, are worth more than coins that have been handled and used in everyday transactions. Second, minting errors can significantly boost the value. Get yourself a magnifying glass and look for anything unusual, misprints, misalignments, or oddities in the design. Even the slightest mistake could make a huge difference. Third, rarity plays a major role. Some coins were produced in limited quantities or were part of special minting runs. If your penny is part of a rare batch, that could skyrocket its value. Lastly, metal composition is key. While most 2006 pennies were minted using copper-plated steel, a few rumors suggest that some were minted using more valuable metals, such as bronze. If your coin is heavier or feels different than a typical penny, you might have something special on your hands. Let's say you've examined your 2006 penny, and you think it could be one of the rare and valuable ones. What's next? Well, the first thing you should do is consult with a professional numismatist or a coin dealer who specializes in rare British coins. Getting an expert opinion is essential. They'll be able to use precise tools and databases to check for authenticity and value. If the coin is indeed rare, you'll want to get it officially graded by a company like. These grading companies will give your coin an official rating, which will further influence its market value. Once graded, you can consider selling your coin through auction houses, online marketplaces, or to private collectors. But keep in mind, the market for rare coins can be unpredictable, so it's always best to consult experts before making any moves. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, am I really going to find a coin worth $36 million in my pocket? While the excitement is real, it's important to keep expectations realistic. Yes, coins with errors or rare features can be worth a lot more than face value, but those multi-million-dollar price tags are often more legend than reality. That said, even if your 2006 one-penny coin isn't worth millions, it could still be worth much more than a penny. Some rare or error coins from the UK have been known to sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So, if you have an unusual 2006 penny in your collection, it's definitely worth checking out. So, there you have it. The 2006 Elizabeth II one-penny coin, a small coin with a big story. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about the change in your pocket, keep an eye out for those rare coins, because you never know when you might strike it rich. If you enjoyed this video and want more content on rare coins and collectibles, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you don't miss any of our future videos. Have any cool coins you found? Drop a comment below, I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Next, 1997 one-penny Elizabeth. Today, we're diving into a jaw-dropping story about a single penny that's making waves in the numismatic world. Can you imagine a humble 1997 Elizabeth II one-penny coin valued at a whopping $38 million? Yes, you heard that right. 1 penny. Worth millions. How did this happen, and why is this coin suddenly the star of the show? Stick around, because we've got all the answers. Let's start with the basics. The 1997 one-penny coin was minted under Queen Elizabeth II's reign, featuring her famous right profile portrait on the obverse, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. The reverse features the iconic portcullis design, originally used as a symbol for Parliament, with a simple inscription reading, 1 penny. Now, the face value of this coin is exactly what you'd expect, a mere penny. These were mass-produced for circulation, primarily made from bronze and later steel-plated with copper as production materials evolved. The total number of pennies minted in 1997? Over 750 million. So what makes this one penny so special? The history of the British penny dates back over 1,000 years. But the specific design used for the 1997 version of the coin was a more recent development. By 1985, the Queen's effigy had been updated several times. In 1997, the penny's obverse used Ian Rank Broadley's rendition, showing the Queen more mature and with a stronger emphasis on realism, a stark contrast to previous portraits. In terms of production, 1997 marked a transitional year for the Royal Mint. They started experimenting with different metal compositions to extend the life of the coins and reduce minting costs. For the majority of pennies, this transition meant a shift from bronze to copper-plated steel. Now, here's where things get crazy. There's one particular coin minted in 1997 that's unlike any other. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary penny, but this coin was struck under extraordinary circumstances. A rare misprint or minting error makes this coin unique. Instead of being struck with the usual copper-plated steel, this penny was accidentally made using a rare gold alloy, making it one of the rarest coins ever produced by the Royal Mint. But wait, it gets even better. In 1997, during a special commemorative run, an experimental batch was created using a different die. This created a striking error in both the portrait and the weight, making it noticeably different to trained eyes. Once news of this rare coin reached collectors, its value skyrocketed. Experts believe that only one of these coins survived, leading to a mind-blowing valuation of $38 million at an auction. Why so much? In the world of numismatics, rarity is king. A coin's worth is determined by how unique it is, and nothing excites collectors more than a one-of-a-kind error or anomaly. Combine this with the cultural significance of Queen Elizabeth II's long reign, and you have a coin that transcends its monetary value and becomes a piece of history. Now, let's put that $38 million price tag into perspective. The 1933 Double Eagle, one of the most famous coins in American history, sold for just over $7.5 million. The 1794 flowing hair dollar, believed to be the first silver dollar ever struck, fetched nearly $10 million at auction. So why would a penny surpass these legendary coins in value? It's all about the story. The rarity of this penny, combined with its minting error in the transition period during Queen Elizabeth II's reign, makes it a symbol of an era and a genuine numismatic treasure. As time passes, and Queen Elizabeth's legacy continues to grow, collectors are increasingly willing to pay a premium for coins that have a direct connection to her reign. And this penny? It's a tangible slice of history, possibly the rarest coin of its kind. So, what do you think? Would you have ever guessed that a 1997 one penny could be worth $38 million? It just goes to show you that sometimes, the most ordinary things can hold the most extraordinary value. If you enjoyed today's video and want to learn more about rare coins and their fascinating stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. And don't forget to drop a comment below. Would you ever pay millions for a single penny? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Until next time, happy collecting. Next, 1971 penny. Today, we're talking about a coin that's been making waves in the collector's community, the 1970 Elizabeth II one penny. Now, there have been a lot of claims about its value, some even saying it's worth a jaw-dropping $55 million. Let's break it down. The story of the 1971 penny begins during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II. The coin is a part of the pre-decimal British currency system, a time when the British pound was divided into 240 pence, not 100 like today. By 1970, the United Kingdom was preparing to transition to a new decimal system, which officially took place on February 15, 1971, a day famously known as Decimal Day. But before the shift, the Royal Mint decided to mint a final batch of pre-decimal pennies in 1970 as a kind of commemorative gesture. These coins were not circulated in the usual way and were instead included in special year sets, marking the end of an era in British currency history. That's why the 1971 penny coin is considered special. It was never meant for everyday use. It's often referred to as a proof coin, meaning it was struck with extra care, ensuring high quality for collectors. The penny features the iconic image of Queen Elizabeth II on one side, with Britannia, the personification of Britain, on the other. Britannia had been featured on pennies for over a century before this design was retired. Now, the big question: how can a coin with a face value of just one penny be worth such a staggering amount, $55 million? First off, let's be clear, not every 1971 penny coin will fetch this kind of money. The figure we're talking about here refers to extremely rare variations of the coin or coins that may have historical significance far beyond their metal content. To understand the potential high value, we have to look at a few factors that contribute to a coin's worth: rarity, condition, and historical significance. While the 1970 penny was minted in relatively large numbers for collectors, only a limited number of proof sets were released. The condition of these coins, the shine, luster, and whether they've been handled or remain in mint condition, plays a huge role. coins that have been preserved perfectly can fetch high prices at auction. However, the claim of $55 million likely comes from highly speculative or exaggerated scenarios. For example, a coin with an extremely rare minting error, where a coin was struck incorrectly, making it a one-of-a-kind, can skyrocket in value. Another possibility is a coin with an extraordinary provenance, like one previously owned by a famous collector or part of a royal collection. While $55 million may be an overestimation, rare coins can and do sell for millions. So, what's the realistic value of a 1971 penny coin in today's market? On average, you can find these coins selling for around $2 to $10, depending on their condition and whether they come as part of a full-proof set from 1970. Higher-end coins, particularly those in pristine condition, can sell for a few $100s or more. For collectors, the sentimental or historical value of these coins often exceeds their actual market price. These coins are cherished not just for their aesthetic beauty but for what they represent, the end of an era in British currency. Beyond its value, the 1970 Elizabeth II one-penny coin holds a special place in history. It represents a time of great transition, both for the monarchy and the nation's economy. Queen Elizabeth II's reign saw numerous changes, and the transition to decimal currency was just one of many milestones. As time goes on, these coins will continue to be sought after by collectors and enthusiasts. Who knows, maybe in another 50 years, these pennies will fetch even higher prices. So, to wrap things up, is the 1970 Elizabeth II one penny really worth $55 million? In most cases, no. But like any collectible, its value can vary significantly depending on factors like rarity, condition, and any unique history tied to the coin. That said, the coin remains an important piece of British history and a prized addition to many collections. If you have one of these coins, it might be time to take a closer look. While it may not be worth millions, it could still hold significant value for the right buyer. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the fascinating world of coins. Next, 1992 one penny. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in recent times, the 1992 Elizabeth II one penny coin. What makes this tiny copper-plated steel coin worth a whopping $46 million in some circles? What's the story behind it? And could you be holding a fortune in your pocket change without even knowing it? Stay tuned, because we're going to uncover the history, the significance, and the rare versions of this iconic coin. Let's get started. The penny coin has been a part of British currency for well over 1,000 years. The one penny coin we're familiar with today can trace its origins back to the early Anglo-Saxon period. But it was in 1971, during the United Kingdom's decimalization, that the modern penny as we know it was introduced. Before decimalization, pennies were a part of a much more complex system of pounds, shillings, and pence. Fast forward to 1992, this is the year we're focusing on today. That year, a relatively unremarkable coin was minted in the millions. It had the same design as many of its predecessors, the familiar profile of Queen Elizabeth II on one side, and the reverse side displaying the crowned portcullis, a design first introduced in 1971. The coin was struck in copper-plated steel instead of bronze, marking a notable shift in material due to rising copper prices. So, what makes this 1992 penny so special? On the surface, the design is pretty standard. The obverse, or the front, of the coin, features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, as designed by Raphael Maklauf. This version of Her Majesty's profile was used between 1985 and 1997, making it a common sight for coins minted during this time. On the reverse side, we see the famous crowned portcullis, a symbol of British heritage. But here's where things get interesting. While millions of these coins were produced for circulation, there were some incredibly rare versions of the 1992 penny that were never intended for circulation. These coins are what we'll talk about next. Now, you might be wondering, why on earth would a 1-penny coin be worth $46 million? The answer lies in the variance. Most of the pennies produced in 1992 were minted in copper-plated steel, but a few were accidentally struck using the old bronze composition, which was supposed to be phased out by then. These rare, bronze, 1992 pennies are considered anomalies, and it's these specific error coins that have sparked the excitement among collectors. Additionally, some 1992 pennies were included in proof sets, the high-quality versions meant for collectors, not circulation. Proof sets are struck with incredible precision, and only a limited number were ever made. Combine this rarity with an error in the metal composition, and you've got a coin worth far more than face value. The face value of the 1992 penny is, of course, just 1 penny. But for collectors, these coins can fetch a significantly higher price. The standard, circulated pennies from 1992 typically don't go for much, perhaps a few cents over face value if they're in excellent condition. However, the error coins, the ones minted in bronze instead of steel, can be worth tens of thousands, even millions in pristine condition. Recently, rumors have circulated that a particularly rare version of the 1992 penny was sold for an unbelievable $46 million at a private auction. Whether or not this price is exaggerated, it's clear that collectors place an enormous value on rare coins with historical significance and unique errors. So, how can you tell if you've got one of these rare 1992 pennies? First, check the material. Most 1992 pennies are magnetic due to the steel core. If your penny is not magnetic, it could be one of the rare bronze versions. This is a great starting point. Next, look for any signs that the coin is a proof version. These are typically shinier, with a more polished finish compared to regular coins. Proof coins often have a higher level of detail, and the edge of the coin may be sharper than a standard circulated penny. Coin collectors play a huge role in determining the value of coins like the 1992 penny. The rarity of the coin, its condition, and the story behind it all contribute to its overall worth. Private auctions are where some of the rarest coins change hands, often for staggering amounts of money. In recent years, the market for rare coins has exploded, with collectors and investors alike recognizing the long-term value in historical currency. A penny that could have bought you nothing more than a piece of candy in 1992 might now be worth enough to buy a mansion, if you're lucky enough to find the right buyer. If you think you've got a rare 1992 penny, it's crucial to preserve it properly. Always handle your coin by the edges to avoid damaging the surface. Store it in a protective case to prevent scratches, and consider getting it professionally graded. A certified coin grading can dramatically increase its value when you're ready to sell it. When it comes time to sell, auction houses, online coin marketplaces, and coin shows are great places to find buyers. Be sure to do your research and work with trusted professionals in the field to ensure you get the best value for your coin. The 1992 1-penny coin is a fascinating piece of numismatic history. While most of these coins are only worth their face value, there's always the chance that a rare version could be hiding in plain sight. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone with a jar of pennies at home, it's always worth taking a second look. Who knows? You could be sitting on a small fortune. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more incredible coin stories. Who knows what treasure we'll uncover next? Next, 1-penny 2002 Elizabeth. Today, we'll explore one such coin that has caught the attention of collectors, numismatists, and enthusiasts alike, the 2002 1-penny coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II. Could it really be worth a staggering $65 million, as some rumors suggest? Let's find out together. This is the coin in question, a humble 1-penny coin from the year 2002, part of the UK's regular circulation. At first glance, it might seem like just another ordinary coin. But as we dive deeper into its history, rarity, and rumors surrounding it, we'll see why some believe it could be worth an astronomical sum. The 2002 one-penny coin was minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, a period that saw many changes in the UK's coinage. By 2002, the British currency system had already been decimalised for over 30 years. One-penny coins, although small in value, are an integral part of the UK's everyday money system. The coin bears the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side, designed by the famous sculptor Ian Rank Broadley. This version of the Queen's portrait was introduced in 1998 and remained in circulation for many years, becoming one of the most recognizable depictions of Her Majesty on currency. On the reverse side, we see the crown portcullis, an ancient symbol of Westminster Palace, which has been featured on British pennies since 1971. The design of the one-penny coin remained largely the same for decades, though the materials used to mint the coin did change over time, from bronze to copper-plated steel in the early 1990s. So, what makes a coin like this special? In the world of numismatics, coins become valuable for a number of reasons: rarity, minting errors, historical significance, or unique features. Could the 2002 penny fit into any of these categories? Let's start with rarity. In 2002, the Royal Mint produced millions of one-penny coins for circulation. However, there have been reports of certain coins from this era having unique characteristics or even minting errors, making them highly sought after by collectors. Minting errors can include misalignments, double striking, or other anomalies. While there hasn't been substantial documented evidence of widespread errors in the 2002 penny, it's always possible that a small batch of error coins slipped through, which could significantly increase the coin's value. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Where does this claim that a 2002 one-penny coin could be worth $65 million come from? From time to time, certain coins or items can take on a life of their own in the world of viral rumors. Stories circulate about coins being auctioned for massive sums, often with little verification. That it's important to note that while rare coins have indeed sold for incredible amounts at auctions, like the 1933 St. Gaudens double eagle or the 1794 flowing hair silver dollar, those coins have significant historical and rarity value. Most likely, the $65 million figure attached to the 2002 one-penny coin is based on misinformation, misreporting, or even simple exaggeration. There's no recorded sale of any British penny fetching anywhere near that amount. Now, let's talk about the realistic value of a 2002 one-penny coin. If you happen to have one of these coins in your possession, don't expect to retire on its sale. In general, a 2002 penny in normal circulated condition is worth its face value, just 1 penny. If it's in pristine, uncirculated condition, it might fetch a few dollars from a collector, but certainly nowhere near millions. However, if you were to find a unique minting error or an incredibly rare variation of this coin, that's where things could change. An error penny might sell for anywhere between $50 and a few $1,000s, depending on its rarity and condition. For coin collectors, any unique piece of history is worth investigating. If you believe you found something special, getting your coin appraised by a reputable numismatic expert is the first step. They can help verify its authenticity, condition, and potential value. There are several platforms where you can sell valuable coins, such as online marketplaces like eBay, specialized coin auction houses, or coin shops. Keep in mind, though, that the market for coins is always fluctuating, so timing can also play a role in how much a coin sells for. So, is the 2002 one-penny coin worth $65 million? The simple answer is no, not unless it has some extremely rare minting error or unique feature that's yet to be discovered. For most of us, this coin is worth just what it says, 1 penny, but that doesn't mean it's not worth hanging on to. Coins like these are a part of history, and who knows? Maybe someday, a unique discovery could turn one of these humble pennies into a highly sought-after collectible. Thank you for joining us today as we explored the history and potential value of the 2002 one-penny coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II. Remember, The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and even the smallest treasures can hold incredible stories. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more videos on rare coins, collectibles, and hidden treasures. And if you have any coins you'd like us to explore, drop a comment below. Thanks for watching. Next, 1991 1 penny. Today, we've got an extraordinary story for you. We're talking about a simple 1 penny coin from 1991 that's now worth an astonishing $4.1 million. That's right, what was once pocket change is now one of the most sought-after coins by collectors around the world. So, how did a humble 1991 1 penny Elizabeth II coin become so valuable? Stick around to find out. First, let's take a closer look at the coin itself. The 1991 1 penny coin was minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, as indicated by her familiar portrait on the obverse, or the head's side, of the coin. This was one of many 1 penny coins that were minted during her reign, which began in 1952 and lasted all the way until her passing in 2022. However, what makes this particular coin from 1991 stand out from the millions of other pennies in circulation? Let's dive into the coin's history. The British penny has a long history that stretches back over 1,000 years, but it's the modern pennies, like the ones minted in the 20th century, that have caught the attention of collectors. By 1991, the Royal Mint was using the copper-plated steel composition for pennies, making them durable and perfect for circulation. However, every so often, minting errors or rare variations slip through the cracks, turning an ordinary coin into a collector's treasure. So, what exactly happened with the 1991 penny? Why is it worth $4.1 million? In the world of coin collecting, rare errors or misprints can turn an otherwise common coin into a masterpiece. For this 1991 penny, there are rumors that only a few coins were accidentally minted with an extremely rare and unusual error. It's believed that a small batch of these pennies was struck using a previously retired die, creating a misalignment in the design. This tiny mistake makes it incredibly rare, and when it comes to coins, rarity equals value. Now, what's this mint error we're talking about? Well, it's believed that a 1991 penny may have been struck with a die from a different year or with a die that was slightly damaged or misaligned. These kinds of errors are extremely rare because the Royal Mint has very strict quality control processes. But when these errors do slip through, they create coins that are one of a kind or part of a very limited batch. And as any coin collector knows, rarity drives value. Some experts suggest that there might only be a handful of these rare 1991 pennies in existence, making them a true gem for collectors. This particular penny gained massive attention after it was discovered by a collector who, upon realizing its uniqueness, brought it to an auction house. Bidding quickly escalated as collectors and investors recognized its potential value. The final hammer price? A jaw-dropping $4.1 million. That's right, a penny you might have once overlooked could now be worth more than a luxury home. Coins like this are a perfect example of why people need to pay attention to the coins in their collections. Even small errors or design variations can make a huge difference in the value of a coin. In this case, the 1991 penny is so rare and desirable because of a minting error that few people knew about until recently. When word got out, collectors went wild. Coins with such provenance are like pieces of art, their value only grows over time. So, how can you tell if you have one of these incredibly rare pennies? First off, check the date. The 1991 1 penny should have a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, but what you're really looking for is any sign of an error, perhaps a slightly off-centered strike, unusual markings, or any variation in the lettering. Sometimes it takes an expert to identify these tiny details, but if you think you might have one of these rare pennies, it's worth getting it appraised by a professional numismatist. Now, let's talk about the face value of the 1991 1 penny. Obviously, in its original form, it's just a regular penny worth a fraction of a dollar. But due to its rarity and the high demand from collectors, the value skyrockets when a coin is found to have these special characteristics. For a regular 1991 penny, the value might be in the 1 to 10 cent range if you're lucky. But as we've just seen, if you happen to have one of the rare error coins, you could be sitting on a fortune worth millions. So, the big question is, could you have a $4.1 million penny in your collection? It's always worth taking a close look at your loose change. Rare coins have been found in the most unlikely places, from old jars in attics to coins picked up in change after a store purchase. Who knows, you could be holding on to a treasure without even knowing it. Thanks for watching, and I hope this story has inspired you to go check your coin collections. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on any future videos about rare coins, treasures, and valuable collectibles. And who knows? Maybe the next coin we talk about could be one that's hiding in your pocket right now. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, and let us know what's the most interesting coin in your collection. Until next time, happy coin hunting. Next, 1971 1 penny. Today, we're diving deep into the world of rare coins and discovering whether that 1971 1 penny coin you might have stashed away is actually worth millions. Could a small coin that once bought you almost nothing really be worth $32 million? Sounds too good to be true, right? Well, stick around because this story has a lot of twists and turns. The story of the 1971 1 penny coin begins with a monumental event in British history: the switch from the old system of pounds, shillings, and pence to a decimal currency system. February 15, 1971, also known as Decimal Day, marked the official changeover. For centuries, the British pound had been divided into 20 shillings, with each shilling containing 12 pence. This old system was complex and confusing for many. The government decided it was time to simplify things. Under this new decimal system, 1 pound was divided into 100 pence. And thus, the 1 penny coin as we know it today came into circulation. In 1971, these newly minted pennies bore the familiar image of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side, and the traditional Britannia on the reverse side. So, what makes the 1971 1 penny coin so special? First, let's look at its design. The obverse side features the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. The Queen is shown wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, an iconic design that became a staple on British coins for decades. On the reverse, we have Britannia, the personification of Britain herself. Holding a trident in one hand and a shield in the other, she's seated beside a lion, a symbol of strength and protection. This design, created by Christopher Ironside, had been in use since 1967 for the decimal coins and became synonymous with British 1 and 2 pence coins. Now, let's talk about rarity. In the world of coin collecting, rarity plays a huge role in determining a coin's value. And here's where things get interesting for the 1971 1 penny coin. 1971 was the first year that these pennies were mass-produced under the decimal system. In fact, over 1.5 billion pennies were struck that year. So, at first glance, this doesn't seem like a rare coin, right? But not all 1971 pennies are created equal. While most of them were struck for regular circulation, a select few were minted under special conditions, and these are the ones that can fetch big money. Now for the million-dollar question, or rather, the $32 million question. Could a 1971 penny really be worth that much? There have been rumors swirling for years about rare pennies fetching astronomical prices. Some stories claim that a few coins were mistakenly minted in bronze, while others suggest that ultra-rare error coins could be out there. But let's get down to the facts. As of today, no official 1971 penny has sold for anything close to $32 million. However, that doesn't mean it's impossible for some coins to have a high value. Unique errors, minting anomalies, or even proof coins that were specially struck for collectors can sell for far more than their face value. In some cases, these coins can reach tens of thousands of dollars. But to put it bluntly, the chances of you holding a $32 million penny in your hand are slim. That said, rare coins have fetched surprising sums in the past. It all depends on the condition, rarity, and demand from collectors. So, you've got a 1971 penny, and you're wondering if it's worth something. The first step is to check its condition. A coin in the mint state or uncirculated condition is always going to be worth more than one that's been banged around in circulation for years. Next, you'll want to check for any errors or anomalies. Look for misstrikes, double die errors, or other irregularities. These mistakes can sometimes make coins incredibly valuable. If you're not sure, the best course of action is to take your coin to a professional coin dealer or send it off to be graded by a reputable grading service. They can tell you if your penny has any special value. Realistically, a standard 1971 one-penny coin in circulated condition is worth its face value, which is, of course, just 1 penny. However, if you have an uncirculated version or a proof coin from a special set, you could be looking at anywhere between £1 to £5, which is still far from $32 million, but certainly better than a penny. And remember, coin collecting is about more than just the money. It's about history, craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovering something special. Even if your 1971 penny isn't worth millions, it's still a small piece of history. So, is your 1971 one-penny coin worth $32 million? Probably not. But is it a fascinating piece of British history with a potential to be worth more than face value? Absolutely. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone curious about that old penny in your drawer, it's always worth checking out what you have. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And let me know in the comments, do you have any interesting coins in your collection? Until next time, happy collecting. Next 1979 one penny today, we're going to dive deep into the story of a very special coin, the 1979 one penny Elizabeth II coin from the United Kingdom. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a penny, right? Well, think again. What if I told you that this seemingly ordinary coin has become the center of a massive mystery, with rumors swirling that its value could be as high as $56 million? Yes, you heard me right, $56 million. First, let's start with a bit of history. The one-penny coin we're talking about belongs to the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who ascended to the throne in 1952. By 1979, the Royal Mint in the UK had been producing one-penny coins for over a century. These coins were part of the decimalization process that began in 1971, when the UK officially transitioned from the old system of pounds, shillings, and pence to the more familiar decimal system. The 1979 coin was part of this new decimal currency. Made of bronze and measuring 20.3 mm in diameter, it features Queen Elizabeth II's portrait on the obverse side, designed by Arnold Machin. On the reverse side, you'll see the portcullis with chains, a design that has represented the penny since the introduction of the decimal coinage. Now, on the surface, this coin was produced in large numbers and is generally considered quite common. Millions of these one-penny coins were struck in 1979 and circulated throughout the UK. Most people probably never gave it a second thought, but here's where things get interesting. Every now and then, certain coins break free from the pack and become extremely valuable because of their rarity, errors in production, or other unique factors. Could the 1979 one-penny coin be one of those cases? So, why are people talking about this 1979 one-penny coin? Some collectors believe that there are rare variants of the 1979 penny that could be worth a fortune. The rumors stem from a potential misstrike, a minting error that can happen when coins are not struck correctly. These types of errors can significantly increase a coin's value in the collector's market. In the world of coin collecting, even the smallest variations can be incredibly valuable. Whether it's a change in the metal composition, a double strike, or a misalignment, these rare coins can fetch astronomical prices at auction. There are also stories circulating about a mysterious variant of the 1979 penny that could have been struck using a different die or metal composition, a kind of prototype or trial coin that was never intended for circulation. It's these rumors that have led to speculation about one of these coins being worth $56 million. Alright, let's pump the brakes for a second. While it's exciting to imagine finding a penny that could make you a millionaire, we need to ask the hard question: is the 1979 one-penny coin really worth $56 million? There's no verifiable evidence or auction records of a 1979 one-penny coin selling for anywhere near that amount. It's important to note that coin valuations can often be exaggerated, especially in online forums and clickbait articles. The $56 million figure may have originated from a misunderstanding or a mix-up with another rare coin sale. However, that doesn't mean the 1979 penny has no value at all. In fact, certain versions of it could still be worth significantly more than their face value, particularly if they have one of those rare minting errors. So, if it's not $56 million, then what is the actual value of a 1979 one-penny coin today? Let's take a look at the real market for these coins. In circulated condition, most 1979 one-penny coins are only worth their face value, which is, of course, 1 penny in the UK, or around 1 cent in the US. If your 1979 penny is in pristine, uncirculated condition, its value might jump to around £1 to £5, depending on the buyer and demand. But that's far from the millions we're talking about. Now, if you happen to have a 1979 penny with a significant minting error, such as a double strike, a missing design element, or a composition error, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars to the right collector. The key is to get your coin appraised by an expert or have it graded by a reputable grading service. If you're lucky enough to stumble upon a rare version of the 1979 penny, here are some tips for identifying its true value. As we mentioned earlier, errors like double strikes, misalignments, or odd compositions can boost the value. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are worth much more than those that have seen a lot of wear and tear. Send your coin to a professional grading service like NGC or PCGS. A high grade can significantly increase its value in the eyes of collectors. Check websites like eBay, coin dealer listings, or auction sites to see what similar coins are selling for. If you think you have a rare variant, it's worth speaking to a coin dealer or numismatic expert who can give you a more accurate appraisal. So, is the 1979 one-penny coin worth $56 million? Probably not, but it's still an interesting piece of numismatic history, and with a little luck, you could have a rare variant that's worth much more than its face value. The real lesson here is that history is full of surprises. Coins like these remind us that sometimes the most ordinary objects can carry extraordinary stories. So, the next time you come across a seemingly common coin, take a closer look. You never know what treasure might be hiding in your pocket. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more fascinating stories about coins, collectibles, and hidden history. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever found a valuable coin? We'd love to hear your story. Next, 2004 one penny, where we dive deep into the world of rare coins and hidden treasures. Today, we're going to talk about a coin that's been making some huge headlines recently, the 2004 one penny coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II from the United Kingdom. And get this, rumors say it could be worth a whopping $57 million. But, is that true? Could a humble one-penny coin really be worth so much? Let's find out. So, what exactly is the 2004 one-penny Elizabeth coin? Well, it's part of the standard circulation coins in the United Kingdom, featuring the face of Queen Elizabeth II on one side and a familiar design of a crowned portcullis on the reverse. Now, on the surface, it looks just like any other penny you might find in your pocket change. But what makes this coin so special that people are talking about it possibly being worth millions? Let's start with the basics. The 1 penny coin, first introduced in 1971 during the decimalization of British currency, is the smallest denomination in the UK. By 2004, the design had remained consistent, with Queen Elizabeth's iconic portrait on the obverse, designed by Ian Rank Broadley. On the reverse, we see the portcullis, historic symbol of the UK Parliament, surrounded by chains. So far, so good, right? But here's where things start to get interesting. Before we dive into whether or not this coin is actually worth millions, let's talk a little bit about the historical context of 2004. This was a period of relative economic stability in the UK, with no major changes to coinage like there had been in the 1970s or later with the introduction of the new pound coins. The 2004 penny was minted in large numbers, so in terms of rarity, it shouldn't stand out, or so we think. But what most people don't realize is that even in modern coinage, errors happen, and when they do, these coins can become extremely valuable. The Royal Mint produces millions of coins every year, and occasionally, a minting error can slip through the cracks. That's where some of the highest coin values come from. Now, you might be wondering, why are people saying that this specific penny is worth $57 million? Well, the story likely comes from a combination of misinformation, rumors, and a misunderstanding about how coin values are assessed. There's no official record of a 2004 penny being auctioned for that kind of money, at least, not yet. But let's take a step back and see why some pennies, even modern ones, can sell for staggering prices. While the average 2004 1 penny coin is worth exactly what it says, 1 penny, there are a few cases where a rare error or misstrike could make it worth far more. Coin collectors and numismatists are always on the lookout for these unique pieces. Coins with minting errors, like off-centers, double strikes, or even wrong metal compositions, can fetch big money at auctions. Alright, so now we know that minting errors can drastically increase the value of a coin. But does that mean any 2004 penny could be worth $57 million? Let's break it down. First of all, let's talk about rarity. For a coin to be worth millions, it would have to be exceptionally rare, like, one of a kind. Think about the famous 1933 double eagle, which sold for $18.9 million at auction. That coin was so rare because most of them were melted down after production, making it a truly unique find. But in the case of the 2004 1 penny coin, there's no evidence to suggest that there was a significant minting error or special edition that year. Sure, it's possible that there are a few coins out there with minor errors, but those are likely worth a few $100s, maybe a couple thousand, not millions. So, what's the real value of the 2004 1 penny coin? Well, in terms of face value, it's worth exactly what it says, 1 penny. In the collector's market, a regular 2004 penny in uncirculated or pristine condition might fetch a few dollars from someone looking to complete a set, but that's about it. If you've got a 2004 penny in your change jar, it's probably worth, well, a penny. But if you happen to find a mint error, something like a double strike or an off-center strike, then you might be looking at a coin worth a few $100s. Always check with a professional appraiser if you think you've got something special. So, is the 2004 1 penny coin really worth $57 million? Unfortunately, no. As cool as it would be to find a penny worth millions in your pocket, this seems to be more of a myth or misunderstanding. That being said, it's always fun to imagine hitting the jackpot with something as small as a penny. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the world of rare coins. Remember, whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, there's always something exciting to discover. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. Until next time, happy hunting. Let's dig deep into its history, its rarity, and what makes certain coins like this one so valuable. First, let's take a look at the history behind this coin. The 1978 one-penny coin was minted during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II as part of the standard coinage for the United Kingdom. Like many coins from that period, it was primarily used in everyday transactions and had a face value of 1 penny. But is there more to it? Here it is, folks, a coin that was in circulation for decades. The coin's design was fairly standard for the time. The obverse features a portrait of a young Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. On the reverse, we see the familiar depiction of Britannia, the iconic symbol of British strength and power, which had been featured on British coins since the 17th century. The 1978 penny belongs to the decimal coinage system, which the UK fully adopted in 1971, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence system. So, while the design isn't particularly unique, the coin is a relic of an important era in British monetary history. Now, let's talk about the value. In terms of face value, this penny is, well, a penny. But when it comes to coin collecting, there's so much more than just the number stamped on the coin. What makes a coin valuable in the world of numismatics? For a coin to fetch a high price, especially one rumored to be worth $36.9 million, it must check several boxes. Let's start with rarity. Coins that were minted in small numbers or have some unique feature, like a minting error, tend to be more valuable. Condition is another big factor. If the coin is in pristine, uncirculated condition, its value shoots up. Historical significance also plays a role. Coins from pivotal moments in history can command high prices. Now, here's the big question everyone's asking. Is there really a 1978 one-penny coin worth $36.9 million? This rumor has circulated online and has intrigued many. But what's the truth? So far, no verified source has confirmed the existence of a 1978 one-penny coin valued anywhere near this astronomical figure. While rare coins have sold for millions, like the 1933 double eagle or the 1794 flowing hair dollar, the 1978 penny doesn't seem to fit into that category. Coins worth millions typically have historical importance, minting errors, or belong to a highly limited run. The 1978 penny, while a cool piece of history, doesn't seem to have any of these traits. It was minted in large quantities and lacks any distinctive features that would make it one of the most valuable coins in the world. Now, that doesn't mean all hope is lost. It's possible that a rare variant or error coin could exist from this year that hasn't been discovered yet. For example, if a coin were struck on the wrong metal or with a unique minting error, it could be worth much more than its face value. Coin errors can sometimes skyrocket in value. Collectors and experts are always on the lookout for such anomalies. It's these rare variants that can sometimes turn an ordinary coin into a fortune. So, while it's unlikely that a standard 1978 one-penny coin is worth $36.9 million, keep your eyes peeled for those rare, minting errors. You never know when you might come across one. Okay, so we've debunked the $36.9 million claim, but what is the actual value of the 1978 one-penny coin today? According to most coin experts, a circulated version of this penny is worth very little beyond its face value, maybe a few cents at most. However, if you have an uncirculated version or one in exceptional condition, you might fetch anywhere from $1 to $10 from collectors. So, while the 1978 one-penny coin probably won't make you a millionaire, that doesn't mean you shouldn't hold on to your old coins. Who knows what treasure could be hiding in your pocket change? If you're ever in doubt, have your coins appraised by an expert. You might just stumble upon a hidden gem. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. And let us know in the comments, what's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Until next time, happy hunting. Next 2000 Elizabeth I penny, we're taking a look at a coin that's turning heads in the collector's world, the 2001 penny coin from the United Kingdom, featuring the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. And yes, you heard it right in the title, some sources have been claiming that this seemingly humble coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $59 million. Let's start by taking a look at the history of this coin. The British penny has been around for centuries, but the version we're focusing on today is the modern decimal penny, which was introduced in 1971. By 2000, the penny had already undergone several design changes, but it still retained some of its original elements. This includes the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, which became standard on UK coins from 1998. On the reverse side, you'll find the crown portcullis, which is a historic symbol associated with the British Parliament. This design was created by Christopher Ironside, and it was used on all one-penny coins from 1971 until 2008, when the Royal Mint revamped the designs of their circulating coins. Now, let's dive a little deeper into the historical context of the year 2000. This coin was minted at the turn of the millennium, a time that held great symbolic significance. Y2K was on everyone's minds, and the world was looking toward the future. While millions of one-penny coins were produced this year, the 2000 coin still represents a snapshot of this period of transition. However, at the time, few people would have expected that one of these coins might one day be touted as being worth tens of millions of dollars. Okay, so now for the part that everyone's talking about, is this coin really worth $59 million? Let's address this head-on. The short answer is, no. Not really. So, where did this number come from? Recently, there have been rumors circulating online, suggesting that the 2001 penny coin is a rare collector's item worth an eye-popping $59 million. But here's the deal, the majority of these rumors stem from misunderstandings, speculative eBay listings, or mistaken valuations. You see, anyone can list a coin for any price they want on auction websites, but that doesn't mean someone will actually pay that price. To date, number 2001 penny coin has ever sold for anything close to $59 million, or even a fraction of that price. In fact, the actual value of a 2001 penny coin is much closer to its face value, 1 penny. Most collectors could pick one up for a few cents, or maybe a few pounds at most. So what's the true market value of the 2001 penny coin? Well, unless it's a proof coin, or part of a special minting set, its value remains quite modest. In circulated condition, this coin is very common, and you'd be hard-pressed to find one worth more than $1 or $2. However, there are a few scenarios where the coin might fetch a higher price. If you happen to have a proof version of the 2000 penny, one that was specially struck for collectors, or if your coin is in absolutely pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth more. Proof coins are made with extra care and precision, and they're sold to collectors in sets. Even then, though, we're talking about maybe a few dollars, not millions. Now, even though this specific penny isn't likely to make you rich overnight, it doesn't mean that coin collecting isn't a valuable hobby. For many, the joy of coin collecting comes not just from the monetary value, but from the historical significance and the stories these coins tell. Each coin is a small piece of history, and learning about their origins, designs, and changes over time can be incredibly rewarding. Plus, there are many other coins out there that are worth big money. Rare coins from minting errors, low mintage years, or limited editions can sometimes sell for thousands, even millions, of dollars. So, while your 2001 penny coin probably won't fetch a fortune, you never know what hidden gems might be in your collection. So, to sum it up, the 2001 penny coin is a great little piece of British history, and while it's not going to make you a millionaire, it's still a fun and interesting coin to have in your collection. If you come across one in your change, why not hang on to it? After all, you never know what its value might be decades down the road. Thanks for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2001 penny coin, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more content on rare and valuable coins, and let us know in the comments if you've come across any surprising finds in your coin collection. Until next time, happy collecting! Next, 1981 one penny, we're diving into one of the most iconic coins in UK history, the 1981 one penny featuring Queen Elizabeth II. Rumors are swirling online that one of these could be worth a staggering $87 million. But how much is this coin really worth, and why all the fuss? Let's unravel the story behind this intriguing coin. First, let's step back in time to 1981. Margaret Thatcher was the Prime Minister, the UK was gearing up for the Falklands War, and Queen Elizabeth II had been on the throne for almost 3 decades. The one penny coin we're talking about today features her portrait, which was designed by Arnold Machin, a celebrated British sculptor. This penny was part of the decimal coinage system introduced in 1971, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence system. Although a penny may seem like a small amount today, it has deep roots in British history, with the term penny dating back over 1,000 years to Anglo-Saxon England. In 1981, millions of these pennies were minted. But what makes this coin stand out in the sea of copper coins minted that year? Could it really be worth millions? Let's start by taking a closer look at the 1981 penny itself. On the obverse, we have the profile of Queen Elizabeth II wearing a tiara, an elegant design by Arnold Machin that had been used since the late 1960s. This portrait would appear on the penny until 1984. On the reverse side, we have the iconic design by Christopher Ironside, the crown portcullis, a classic symbol of British Parliament. It's a simple but timeless representation of the UK's royal and parliamentary power. The coin is made of bronze, and in 1981, it weighed 3.56 grams with a diameter of 20.32 millimeters. Nothing out of the ordinary, right? So why would anyone think this is worth millions now? Let's talk about value. The vast majority of 1981 one penny coins are still circulating today, and most are worth, brace yourself, just 1 penny. That's right, the face value hasn't changed. So, where does this idea of the $87 million come from? Well, in the world of coin collecting, rarity and condition are everything. There are a few factors that can cause the value of a coin to skyrocket. Coins with minting errors, such as double strikes, misalignments, or incorrect inscriptions, can be worth far more than their face value. These are specially struck for collectors and usually come with a higher value due to their limited numbers and high-quality finish. The fewer coins that were produced in a specific year, the more rare and valuable they can become over time. So, what about this $87 million claim? How did a simple 1981 penny become the subject of such an outrageous rumor? It all started when a rare coin collector supposedly claimed to have a 1 penny coin from 1981 that was misprinted, and allegedly valued it at an eye-watering $87 million. However, this has never been substantiated by any credible coin experts or auction houses. It's likely this rumor grew out of a misunderstanding or exaggeration. There's no documented sale of any 1981 penny even coming close to this figure. So, if you've got one of these pennies, I hate to break it to you, it's not going to make you an overnight millionaire. The real value of the 1981 one penny coin? In most cases, it's still worth just 1 penny. Coins in average circulated condition won't fetch more than their face value, even to collectors. You could sell it in bulk with other coins, but the individual value remains low. However, there are exceptions. If you have a proof version of the 1981 penny, you could sell it for anywhere between $1 to $5, depending on its condition. A perfectly preserved, uncirculated penny might fetch a little more, but nothing close to millions. Coins from the UK during this period are not particularly rare. In fact, over 400 million pennies were minted in 1981 alone, but don't let that discourage you, aspiring numismatists. Collecting coins is about more than just potential riches. It's about the history, the artistry, and the joy of discovering something unique. If you're serious about coin collecting, focus on coins that have historical significance or minting errors, and always check their condition. If you think your 1981 penny might be special, consider having it appraised by a professional. While it's highly unlikely to be worth millions, you never know if you might stumble upon a rare error that could increase its value. So, is the 1981 one-penny coin worth $87 million? Probably not. But it does hold an important place in UK history as part of the decimal coinage system and as a symbol of Queen Elizabeth II's long reign. Coin collecting is about appreciating these little pieces of history, whether they're worth a penny or $1 million. And who knows? The next time you check your loose change, you might just discover a hidden treasure. Thanks for joining us today. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of coins, make sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and tap the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Drop a comment below. Do you have a 1981 penny in your collection? And what's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Until next time, happy collecting!